If you're from St. Joe, you know the last name Shields means public service. And we're here with Brenda Shields as she finishes her last term in the House. Brenda, we thank you for all you've done. You could have been maybe the biggest supporter of United Fiber, especially for the South St. Joe area that we've had, and we appreciate all that.
Thank you. It was truly an honor to be able to work with you and make that happen. I know that my district truly felt left out of that
Yep.
service to provide, and we're not able to really work from home through COVID. And so, thank you
No.
for being a leader with that, along with our county commission. So, thank you,
You and the county commission removed a lot of roadblocks to get that there, and we appreciate that.
thank you.
So we're here with Miranda Burke from AMEC. Miranda had a few questions for you.
Yeah,
Miranda.
so hi. So I know that you have worked really hard so far in your tenure in the House, and you've shown amazing leadership. But I think no one realizes how much leadership it takes to be the chair of a rules committee, especially the administrative rules committee. Could you talk a little bit about your experience in that role?
Well, thank you. It truly, the speaker to trust me with his administrative rules committee is incredibly an honor for me. Through that, in my office and how we handle it is every bill that's assigned to my committee, members come to my committee and they talk to me, not to the committee, excuse me, to my office personally, and talk to me about the legislation. I want to make sure that they are ready to present on the floor,
Yeah.
that they can answer all the tough questions that maybe were not asked. Um, in a committee hearing, that they truly understand their legislation, and that it will actually be a good vote for the members of the legislature and move Missouri forward. So I spend a lot of time outside of those committee hearings, really helping them work their bills and making them better.
That's amazing, and that's something that, it's easy to get a reputation in this building, and I think you have, made a reputation for yourself as, someone who not only trusts her colleagues in the vetting process, but also takes that as a personal call to action, and that has been, amazing to see, from someone sitting on the sidelines.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
No one will ever say that I'm not thorough.
Absolutely, that's
Yes,
right.
you know.
As someone creating and changing laws, I think that is a great attribute to have.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Speaking of legacy, I don't think we can talk about what your legacy will be without talking about childcare. As you were just telling us about your grandson, I was thinking about all the things you've done to help childcare become more attainable in Missouri.
Yeah, we haven't gotten everything across the finish line, but there's always something for someone left to do. I have to say that being able to create the Office of Childhood, I
Mhm.
served on the coordinating board for early childhood before I came into the legislature, and so having a one-stop shop was really important for a lot of our providers, and being able to create that with the help of Governor Parson, and then being able to fully fund subsidy,
Yep.
and then really trying to work on how we can expand childcare in our state. So it's um it's been a real passion of mine. 95% of that brain is developed before the age of 5, and how we take care of our children
Mhm.
in that first 5 years is will define their success in our workforce.
Well, just being around the building at different times, I've seen you in the Senate chamber and with members of the other party, anybody that you could get on your side on that and educate, I've seen you do. And I think that's something we can all be proud of coming
Well,
from our area.
thank you. We haven't gotten everything we've wanted, but I feel confident that I have enough people trained up that they will continue to bring that forward
Uh,
and to work. So, and we still have 2 weeks left in session. You never know what could happen in
That's
2 weeks.
very true. That's very
We have to
true.
get the budget done this week.
Yes.
We'll have the budget chair and the appropriate chair and the Senate have been working very close together. We just had a briefing before we came down here on the success that we're going to have there, and I think that we'll finish that up this week,
Great.
which is constitutionally required that we
yep.
finish up that budget this week, and I think that will happen. I never want to use easily. They've been working very hard on it. I've served on budget all my years until I took over that chair of the rules committee, and I didn't have enough hours in the day to get it all done. And so I know they've put in a lot of hours and a lot of extra time, but I feel really good about the product that
Great.
they're bringing forward to us. And we'll move from there, and then we'll be able to spend the last week in session working on all those policy bills, and we can get childcare across the line.
I think so. I think that'll be a great thing to do.
Well, while we're sad to lose you in Jeff City, we're glad to have you back full time in our area because I'm sure we haven't heard the last of you. And
And that's what my husband says too.
one thing, I think Brenda can be proud of is she was about results. She didn't care if her name was on it or what. She was working behind the scene for results, and she's done a lot for our part of the country and for our state. So thank you for everything, Brenda, and I'm sure we'll
Thank you.
see you around.
Thank you, thank you. And the one thing I just always like to put the plug in is, we were able to bring that medical school to St. Joseph so
Yes.
that we can
Oh, yeah.
serve rural Missourians, and that was with the UMKC came to me. I went to Senator Blunt,
Yeah.
and to be able to make that medical school happen is probably one of the largest accomplishments that I think I've had in the legislature as well.
I've heard rumors that may be even grow into a different field, but I think that's great for
Uh,
the community and for the university and
Yeah,
for rural healthcare.
we have another rural healthcare on the horizon. I don't want to talk about it
Yep.
until Friday or Thursday when we pass the budget, but there is an appropriation in there for us to be able to do some more work around rural healthcare.
Just another thing in public service that you've excelled in.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for everything, Brenda.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate all that you do, all that you guys have done to connect St. Joseph and Northwest Missouri to the world, really. Thank you. And people really value it. And I've stopped receiving phone calls about it.
That's when you know you've really accomplished something.